Would you please state your name and a little bit about your military experience?
Staff Sergeant Polt. My military experience starts from March 24, 2003 to present time. Currently serving as a recruiter with the Xenia office as a staff and SOIC at this point.
Okay, and what branch of the military are you in?
United States Marine Corps.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit of why you decided to join the service?
Well, why I decided to join the service, was kind of a sentimental. In fact, when I graduated high school, I thought the next step was going to college.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Bowling Green State University for a year. But like many people, you find out, I didn't have everything it took to have the discipline to go to school. So I kind of, after a year, found my way, making my way back home. Then I got into the workforce, started doing drywall with my father, who's done drywall his whole life. And after doing that for a while, my father sat me down. He's like, "Hey, I've been doing this my whole life. I don't have retirement in sight. I've been working hard my whole life, and I will probably all the way to the very end. I don't want that for you." So at that point, he encouraged me to look into the military services. At that point, I didn't know much about it. I knew I come from a very large family, so I had actually a grandfather that's been in every service. So I had a grandfather that was in the Marines. I had one that was in the Army, one in the Navy, and one in the Air Force. So they're all giving me their whole spin on it. And after doing the research, I made one grandfather very happy and three a little disappointed. But at the end, they're all pretty happy and joined the Marines and went off and started my new life.
Do you think that being in the military has changed your personality, or has it just made you like a stronger, better person?
A little bit of both. I had no responsibility, no cares in the world before the Marines. Typical, young adult, just turned 18, and thinking that I was, invincible. And the Marine Corps definitely taught me, everything I needed to actually go and be successful in life and take on, your normal tasks of just being an adult and starting a career. And so to answer your question, yeah, it's both. Because without the Marines, I don't even know where I would be. As far as probably still be working drywall with my father. So.
I see that you have like medals on your chest and on your uniform. Can you explain a little bit about what they mean?
The medals and ribbons, they represent certain things that you've done individually or as a unit in the Marine Corps. The first one that I have, which is pretty much the biggest one, is my Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medals, and the gold star on it means I have two of them. It's just I was being awarded for a incident that occurred that they wanted to recognize me for. The first one I got was when I was working as a military police officer early in my career. I assisted in the capturing of a felon who had been missing from the federal government for a few years, and he happened to make a wrong turn onto our base, and after a little investigation and digging into stuff, we discovered that he was wanted, and we got him back to authorities. And then my second one was awarded to me at the end of my time in Iraq, and it was given to me for pretty much my whole time there, everything that I've accomplished and some of the tasks that I was doing while executing the duties of a physical security specialist for the anti-terrorism force protection team. So it just, to answer your question, they award you for everything you do. So.
You mentioned being in Iraq. Would you mind explaining a little bit about what you did over there?
Well, like I said, I was the physical security chief for the anti-terrorism force protection team for 1MEF G3 command element. I was young, and actually at that time I was thinking about getting out of the Marines before deploying, and an opportunity came up to volunteer for a job. And I was thinking, I don't want to get out at 4 years and not do my time over in Iraq. So volunteered, went over there, and it was definitely a learning experience. And it was something that really recharged my batteries with the Marine Corps. And as a matter of fact, I re-enlisted while I was over there, and pretty much that's where I made the decision that, you know, I love this lifestyle and I'm in it for the long haul. But some of my duties over there was I tracked all the technology that the Marine Corps used in our AO, area of operation for the Marines over there. And then I also traveled with a team that would go and assess all the bases to ensure that all full security measures had been taken, and that also to see if there's anything that they can improve on to help protect you know, their service members, because I also went and I was you know, overseeing and assessing Army bases as well. And I was also a non-lethal munitions instructor over there, so I traveled around training infantry and frontline units on non-lethal means. That way, you know, you always have an option. That way, you know, when worst comes to worst, you have other means to engage the enemy other than always just lethal. Mm-hmm. So,
if you were talking to a person who was interested in joining the Marines, what would you tell them to expect when joining?
We're very honest in the Marines, and you're in luck because, I mean, like I said, I'm a recruiter, so I do this on a daily basis. You know, I believe honesty is the best policy, and, you know, I like to speak from experience, and I tell them, you know, the rigors and how tough it's going to be, because I want them to be prepared. I don't want them to get down there and be like, whoa, this is not what I was told. I'd much rather them know and work with me to get physically and mentally ready. That way, when I send an individual down to Parris Island to go, you know, start the transition of civilian to Marine, I know that they're going to be successful, because the last thing I want to do as a Marine and as a leader is send someone down there to fail. So I will be 100% honest with you. I'll tell you how tough it's going to be. I'll tell you everything that you're going to be doing, just to better prepare you. That way I can sleep at night knowing that, you know, Johnny, when he gets down there, you know, he's going to give it his all. He knows what's around the corner waiting for him, and he's going to be successful at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. I think that is all.
All right, excellent.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.